The phone that never rings. I keep my phone next to me all day. Not because it rings often, but because I'm afraid of missing the one call that might come. It stays on the kitchen table while I eat breakfast. It rests beside me when I sit in my favorite chair by the window. At night, I place it carefully on the small table next to my bed, screen facing up, volume turned all the way high. I tell myself it's just a habit, but deep down I know it's hope. Sometimes I check the screen without even realizing I've picked it up. My fingers move before my mind does. I unlock it slowly, as if moving too fast might scare something away. No messages, no missed calls, no notifications, just silence. My name is Eleanor, I am 68 years old, and this phone, it feels heavier than it should. Not because of its weight, but because of what it doesn't do anymore. There was a time when this phone never stopped ringing. Back then, it felt like a burden, a constant interruption. I remember sighing when it buzzed again, saying things like, "Can't I have 5 minutes to myself?" I didn't know those 5 minutes would turn into days. I didn't know silence could grow this loud. Years ago, the phone rang with life. My children calling from school, asking if they could bring friends home. My husband calling from work, saying he'd be late again and asking me to keep dinner warm. Friends calling to invite us over to laugh, to celebrate, to complain about small things that felt big at the time. The phone connected me to the world. Now it connects me to waiting. I sit in my favorite chair every afternoon. It's old and worn, shaped perfectly to my body after years of use. I hold the phone loosely in my hand, like holding onto something fragile. The house around me feels too big for one person. There was a time when this house was always full. Full of noise, full of movement, full of life. I remember tripping over shoes in the hallway, hearing doors slam, music playing too loudly from bedrooms, arguments about chores, laughter that spilled from room to room. I used to complain about the noise. Now I would give anything to hear it again. The walls still remember. I can feel it sometimes, like the house hasn't forgotten, even if the people have moved on. But memories don't speak. They don't sit beside you. They don't ask how your day was. They just stay where they are, frozen, while you keep moving forward alone. My children didn't leave because they didn't love me. I repeat that to myself like a prayer. They left because that's what children do. They grow. They build lives of their own. They chase dreams. I wanted that for them. I still do. They have good jobs now, families, responsibilities that fill their days. I am proud of them, truly proud. I tell anyone who asks how well they're doing, but pride doesn't stop loneliness from creeping in during the evenings. Loneliness doesn't knock. It doesn't announce itself. It waits until the house grows quiet, until the television is turned off, until there is nothing left to distract you. Then it sits beside you. Sometimes days pass without a single call. One day turns into two, two into three. I tell myself they're busy. I tell myself not to be selfish. I tell myself this is how life is supposed to be. Still, when the phone stays silent for too long, my thoughts begin to wander to places I don't want them to go. Did I say something wrong the last time we talked? Did I sound tired? Did I complain too much? Did I ask for too much? Or worse, did I stop being important? There are moments when I feel embarrassed for even thinking these things. I remind myself that love doesn't disappear just because people are busy. But feelings don't listen to logic. They follow their own rules. At night, when the house is dark, I place the phone on the table beside my bed. I turn the volume all the way up, even though I know it's unnecessary. The room is so quiet that even a whisper would wake me. Still, I leave it on loud, just in case. Sometimes, in that space between waking and sleeping, I imagine the phone ringing. I imagine the screen lighting up with a familiar name. I imagine the vibration on the table. In my mind, I answer right away. "Hello, sweetheart." I rehearse what I would say. I practice smiling, even though no one is watching. I imagine the sound of their voice, how it used to feel so normal and constant. I wonder if they ever rehearse calling me. Last Thanksgiving, I cooked a full meal. I woke up early that morning, my joints aching as I moved around the kitchen. I peeled potatoes slowly. I seasoned the turkey just the way my children used to love. I baked a pie from scratch, even though my hands hurt and the recipe felt heavier than it used to. I told myself they might surprise me. Maybe they were planning something. Maybe they were just running late. Maybe they wanted it to be special. I set the table for more.